Indeed, the sovereign Lord never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets.
Some natural disasters shall take place in certain regions of the world.
In the Primorsko-Akhtarsky district of the Kuban region, agricultural fields were attacked by hordes of Asian migratory locusts, which are capable of covering distances of 400 kilometers, while destroying everything in their path. At the moment, the area of infection of agricultural fields is 2,500 hectares, or about 6,200 acres. Such a spread of locusts became possible due to the drying up of water bodies in the region. A wildfire broke out in Collado Mediano municipality, in a community of Madrid, amid a heatwave sweeping Europe. The fire, which has burned more than 72 hectares, or 180 acres of forest, remains out of control, and at least 500 residents had to leave their homes, according to officials. 17 crews of firefighters and land forestry brigades are fighting the blaze. Hundreds of trees were toppled, and hundreds of thousands of people lost power, as 3 storm complexes roared across the Washington region. All 3 of the complexes generated downward blasts of violent winds that slammed into the ground and fanned outward. Baltimore, Carroll, and Harford counties appeared to be hardest hit, where trees damaged dozens of cars and homes, and some families were displaced. One man was seriously injured when a tree fell on a home.
I wanted to redo the deck.
Due to heavy rains, the Dulgaluk River overflowed its banks and collapsed a dam, flooding 6 settlements in the Yakusha region. The most affected is the city of Verkhoyansk, which was almost completely flooded. Rescuers evacuated about 120 children and elderly people by boats and helicopters. Areas of the Heilongjiang province have experienced heavy rainfall for some time, causing levels of the upper reaches of the Heilongjiang River to reach above the danger mark, leading to severe flash flooding in a village near Keoyangshan, Wudaliangkai city. And lots of homes and buildings were damaged. Some 450 houses and 3,530 people were evacuated due to a wildfire in the Aegean province of Mutlas-Datsa district, which reached residential areas in the sparsely populated parts of the peninsula. Dozens of firefighters, 10 planes, and 20 helicopters, including one that can operate at night, battled to contain the blazes, fanned by strong winds. Preliminary investigations showed that the fire, which burned 17 houses and 728 hectares, or 1,200 acres of land, broke out at an electrical transformer. A heat wave that pushed temperatures above 45 degrees Celsius, or 113 degrees Fahrenheit, in some parts of Europe, continues to provoke multiple wildfires. One of them broke out in Portugal's southern Algarve region, popular with tourists, in the city of Faro, and spread to the Quinta do Lago luxury resort, prompting evacuations. Videos shared online showed flames edging close to villas, burning palm trees, and parts of golf courses. At least 135 people have suffered mainly minor injuries since wildfires began in Portugal last week, and about 800 people have been evacuated from their homes. Two large wildfires have already burned more than 4,000 hectares, or about 10,000 acres of forest, in the Gironde department. One is raging near Landiras, south of Bordeaux, and another one in the Arcachon Basin, at La Testa de Bouc. Significant human and material resources are deployed, specifically nearly 1,000 firefighters, 4 Canadair, and 2 Dash planes.
Ouais, il est derrière, il est derrière. Ok, je vois. Ah, super. Mets-les, voilà, super. Je mets là.
Flood in Port Arthur right now. Proctor, Bluebonnet and Thomas streets are badly flooded. Texas, USA. A severe storm hit Oman. Power has been cut off in many areas. A scene from Toluca, Mexico. A river of hail flows down the street. Typhoon Chaba in southern China. Tornado in Foshan City, China. Consequences of the earthquake in Iran. An earthquake of magnitude 6.1 occurred in the province of Hormozgan in southern Iran. Of the devastating forest fire in Dunajska Strata. Severe flooding in the department of San Salvador forced the evacuation of 22 people who were at risk from flooding caused by the rains of Tropical Storm Bonnie. Salvador. Disaster in Craiova after rain accompanied by a squall that lasted 50 minutes. Dozens of cars were washed away, roofs fell off, electricity poles fell, yards and houses were flooded. Romania. The Ibico volcano in the Kuril Islands threw ash to a height of up to 2 kilometers. Russia. Heavy rain with hail in Izki and Jabal al-Akhdar, Oman. Itaiba, Pernambuco. The municipality has declared a state of emergency due to heavy and incessant rains. About 50 families were evacuated. Brazil. Australia. Thousands ordered to evacuate Sydney as heavy rains cause life-threatening emergency. The Sydney area has experienced some of the heaviest rainfall in decades. Flooding after rain in Elena tonight. Montana, USA. A strong hurricane passed in Yakutia. 18 people were injured. Bad weather broke out during the opening of the stadium in the Ust-Alden region. The wind blew people, structures, power lines and billboards. 18 people were injured, including 3 children. Baseball rains and strong currents in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Severe storm in Cave Springs, Arkansas, USA. Mudflow with huge boulders in the Hunza Valley, Pakistan. Close-up footage shows the moment a tornado tore off the roof of a house in Guangzhou this afternoon. China. Yesterday there was a torrential hailstorm on the streets of Sana'a, Yemen. Flooding in the city of Yanji, China. More than 3 million people were left homeless and 5 million houses were destroyed in the recent floods in Sylhet. More than 100 people died in a month, 64 districts were affected. Government agencies said 75 people died from drowning, 15 from lightning, 2 from snake bites, and the rest from other causes. Flood after rain in Emma, Switzerland. Video flooding in Pakistan after heavy rain. Stormy torrents wash away cars and people. Flood incident in Bailing Kedah this afternoon due to heavy rain for about 2 hours. People are scared, many houses are destroyed and flooded. Malaysia. Zunhua. A red alert was issued at 4 a.m. At present, the rainfall in Sidai has reached 199.2 millimeters, and some vehicles on city streets have been flooded. Tornado in Atirau region, Kazakhstan. Violent thunderstorms swept through northern Italy this afternoon, causing massive wind gusts and damage. Italy. A forest fire is raging in Greece. The fire spreads rapidly due to dry and hot weather. The activity of the Fuego volcano is increasing. The rapid response teams are already at risk points. Pyroclastic flows are visible from afar. About 50,000 people were forced to leave their homes after parts of Sydney received about 8 months of rain in 4 days. Windsor suffered from the worst flooding in 44 years.